I'm not one of these dudes running around trying to tell you about how meaningless bowl season is. Okay, because we don't use that kind of vernacular around here. You've done bowl games, right? You already did one bowl game. You got any more coming up?
I did Lending Tree Bowl radio. I've got Alamo Bowl with Tom and Jordan on TV, and I'll be in the booth for the Sugar Bowl, Alabama K-State as well. So yes, I have a couple more. And no, we don't allow that in my house either. Now we don't run a university in my house like you do yours, but I can't handle the people that say bowl games are meaningless. I won't allow it. I can't deal with it. First and foremost, as a player, I can tell you that it was big for us to be able to go to bowl games, and it actually had less to do about the games themselves. It had a lot more to do with the experience of being there. We went to the Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl my freshman year at Auburn. Found a way to get past Army, and don't really remember much from the game, but I can tell you that I saw Vanilla Ice perform twice in Shreveport that week. We'll never forget that. Made my first trip onto a casino boat. May or may not have had a friend who was in the Army that was also a Caucasian white male, and their identification was mistaken for my own. Went to the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, hung out with a bunch of dudes from Georgia, got to experience the Atlanta nightlife. Went to the Citrus Bowl my senior year. Don't know if I was ever going to feed Shamu again at another point in life, but I was able to do that there. Did Disney all of Christmas Day with my teammates. And those are the things that you remember with the bowl game. Nowadays, they get PlayStation 11s and all the other stuff, so it's even more beneficial to go. But the extra practice time is big for a younger player. The waiver that the NCAA just threw in, now guys can play in the bowl and not have to worry about a redshirt season. And I'll tell you, that Lending Tree Bowl, like Frank Gore Jr., he puts the nail in the coffin of that game. That entire Southern Miss sideline is going bananas. Frank Gore Jr. is running up and down the sideline. His dad's there. His auntie, I guess, was there. We saw her after the game. Those kids are elated, going crazy. When Rice bounces back in early in the second half, they're jumping up and down, going nuts, going bananas. I'm sitting there, and all I can ever think of is, oh, but these are meaningless. These have no meaning. It's an opportunity to play football, to put pads on and play live tackle football. And no matter what level you're at, or no matter how long you do it professionally, there's still only a small number of times in the grand scheme of things that you're going to be able to do that. So I think bowl games are great. I love them, and they have a lot of different meaning for a lot of different reasons.
I had a guy come at me yesterday, and he said, these bowl games are meaningless. None of these kids care about them. I said, have you talked to the kids about that? He said, they're all opting out. I said, they're not all opting out. Actually, I just watched a game where nobody opted out. It was probably the one you were doing. It's funny how the pre-Christmas bowls disproportionately feature teams that probably aren't loaded with rosters full of first-round talent. So, disproportionately, all those dudes are still bought in. But even when you get to the latter stages, you said you're going to be on the Sugar Bowl, which is inexplicably a morning kick Central Time, but that's its own little argument. Bryce Young playing, Will Anderson playing. Like the top program in America over the last decade and a half doesn't seem to have a problem with players opting out this year. Here's my side question, which is the most obvious question. What prison are you in right now where they're stapling your eyelids to the top of your forehead and they're chaining you to those bars and rolling a TV in front of you like Hannibal Lecter style and making you watch those games? Just go out in the front yard. Just go down to Dairy Queen. Just leave me alone. That's the oldest front porch, like banging my hand on the railing rant that I ever have. It's when someone tells me bowl games are meaningless. Don't watch, brother. Go play intramurals. Go do something else with your time.
The TV on a cart in middle school that had the big strap over the top when you reeled it in for movie day. Yeah, they're wheeling that in and making you watch it on that. I'm all about more football, man. And I'll consume it all. Tuesday night Maction bowl game at 10 a.m. on a Friday. Let's go. We got 1:30 bowl games kicking off during the week. Like I'm all about it. I think we should have more daytime regular season games instead of jamming them all into 6:30 p.m. on Saturday night.
Hey,
it's a reward for the players. It's a reason. And like you said, some of the earlier bowl games, like go watch that Troy defense and in the Cure Bowl. Go watch that Southern Miss defense that Austin Armstrong's doing a great job with in the Lending Tree Bowl, like getting after people's rear ends, like safeties flying down. The tweet that I posted the video of the Troy interception, where you have a 205-pound safety flying past the man who intercepts the ball to take on an offensive lineman shoulder to shoulder. The O-lineman tries to go down on him, by the way, and he goes down and meets him shoulder to shoulder. You're telling me it doesn't matter to that kid? And all he wants to do is help his teammate get more interception return yardage. Obviously it does. And so it's a chance to compete, a chance to perform, a chance to prove things. And then you just kind of get to the accomplishments that come with it. We haven't even talked about that. So Fresno State, back-to-back 10-win seasons, first time or third time in the history of the program. UAB just won consecutive bowl games for the first time ever. They had never done it. It hadn't been done in the history of the program. Troy has more wins this year as an FBS program than they've ever had in the history of the program. So you have these little accomplishments with it. I mean, Southern Miss won 3 games last year, and now they finish with a winning record and they get a bowl win. I think their first bowl win since 2013, but it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Guys, thanks for watching Late Kick. Make sure and leave a comment. I love interacting with you. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep all of this free.